Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
So leave the door open for a moment. Good morning, Nevermorians. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming at you over the airways on WNTF, Nevermind the Furthermore. I've got my co-host and executive producer, Stuart, here. Hello, Stuart. Don't say hi? No, you just want kiss? Okay. We are brought to you, of course, today by IndieCD.org. Yes, IndieCD.org, your one-stop shop for all the best creators, creatives, artists, authors, cat aficionados. Actually, I don't think there are any actual cat aficionados. I'm just in a mood because I felt like letting Stuart be on because they're very upset because of the screen door. Anyway, that and more can be found on IndieCD.org. And for a very narrow time, you can still get on for only a single payment of $10. And you can have an online host where you don't have to worry about being deplatformed. Isn't that right? No one likes being deplatformed. We are also brought to you, not really by those, that hasn't moved now, but by sales of, and I need to get my link up there because I've got everybody else's links. The Simple Sword, right, Stuart? You like the Simple Sword? Yeah, the Simple Sword. Don't go anywhere. The Fighting Axe and the Simple Spear. All these are available on Amazon at amazon.com/author/Nicholas Tockert, where you'll find some of my other works, including the Big Stompy Robots. You're throwing my mojo off, Cat. Big Stompy Robots Core Rulebook, which is a great way to spend a day blowing things up. I will actually be doing a program for the kids at Benton County Public Library June 13th that will be introducing them to the quick play version of Big Stompy Robots. And then depending on turnout, we may even get into some of the more elaborate stuff. I had plans. So that is in the works. Now, we only have a couple people in today, so I don't mind Stuart being on screen because we're not really bugging anybody, but be sure to hit the like because it looks like everybody's very busy this Friday. Let me see. What else do I need to promote? Nothing else, so I think I will get right into my accountability. What is my accountability, Stuart? Well, I've been very busy. Of course, you can't see it, but when it's done, my Patreon folks will get to see a behind-the-scenes tour of my new and improved workspace. No, you're not going yet. You're not going yet. You gotta wait for a commercial. Yeah, get cuddles. Anyway, he's mesmerized by the shadows of the ceiling fan. That's okay. This week, it's always hard on Friday because I only have one day of gap, and Thursdays are usually kind of a chill day. I dealt with expressing some opinions, which I'm okay for. I was a little cranky in doing it, but I'm still okay. I got all my readily available throwing knives sharpened, as well as my bush sword. So I might do a cutting video with my bush sword, huh? Do I need to take my bush sword and cut something apart on camera for amusement? What do you think? Well, some of my Patreon folks might be in the chat. We also will. There you go. Get comfy. Where you go? Can't leave yet. I also did the monthly D&D program, well, RPG night for the teens at the library, and I will be doing 9 images, probably 10, for the kids at the library to do a big event, eventually compile them into a huge group photo of their adventuring party, at least the main kids who are usually there. A few late types might show up, but you snooze, you lose. So that is a lot of art. I will probably do the line work, at least the pencil stage, manually, and then scan it in. But that means that my Art Time with Nick program may be very busy in the near future because I have a lot to do. And when I have a lot to do, you guys might as well get to see some of it. Huh? You see? Right there. See the red light? Yeah. You look at that red light and they get to see your pretty face. Okay. But, yeah, go ahead and nom on my arm. That's fine. You love me. But with that, I've also done some more writing because I'm running them through the campaign I'm working on and reorganized some of that. I did something else rather interesting, and I can't remember. I spray painted my stairs with glow-in-the-dark paint so that it's easier to see see the steps when I'm going down. That was cool. I've been busy for a Thursday when I have a lot to prep. It was a very busy, profitable Thursday, and I have a lot going on because I want to try to get some stuff up before the price right hits, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. Today, I may be engaging in an adventure that involves a waterfall. I will let you down. Okay, Stuart's getting a little antsy. He's antsy. Buddy, you're not going to get milk out of that finger. You're not going to get milk out of that finger. Anyway, I'm going to run an ad, and I'll be right back to talk more about what's going on. And I saw Joe, so I'll run Joe's
I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher. And I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Aha! Stuart has returned to the open world. The door is closed, and I have what's left of my drink. I didn't have time to fill it up. But we are moving forward. I also got to spend some time with some good folks I know who are going through a lot. So if you are having trouble, please reach out to good folks. We do exist. And sometimes that means making some hard choices when you're trying to do the right thing and stepping back and picking your environment. So sometimes we have to do that. And when we do, that is okay, because that is so important, so vital, guys, that you make your world. I'm a bit of a historian. a dabbling history buff and a bit of sociologist and a bit of psychologist in that I've studied a good bit of it. Armchair, nothing formal. Well, okay, so it's my secondaries in college, but I am fascinated by the human condition, and I've studied enough history to realize that the scariest thing in any movement you see is the people who just quietly agree and let it happen. It's not the evil that twirls its mustache and goes, "Mwah, ha, 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 ha." It's the evil that quietly smirks and profits. And sometimes you have to look at that and go, no. And I see a lot of that. But you know what else I see, guys? And this is what's important. I see good folks. I see people trying to help. People not getting caught up in things. Folks who are out there creating and telling stories that uplift and entertain. And sometimes they scare the pants off of you. Carl Witzman is probably still in the chat. And that's okay, too, because there's nothing like a good spook to make you feel alive. But it's fascinating who falls where and how surprising it can be when they do. So you get to choose. And I'm going to ask everybody who has the capacity, choose kindness. And the nice thing is most of the people in my chat do. The vast majority of people who watch this program do. And that's why I'm so dang proud to know you. Now, my neck knife is getting itchy. Yeah. I'm going to go into the comments for a bit, and we'll see who's chatting there. And then we'll go on from there. Because this show is all about the people in the chat. First through the door is Joe Bachman at 9 a.m. Good morning and happy Friday, folks. Happy Friday, Joe. I won't be around for the show today due to work, but here's my accountability. Let's hear it, Joe. I got a new member for indcd.org. Wonderful. I'm going to be spending a lot more time focused on that. That is a recalibration is coming, and I'm looking forward to it. Going to do further enhancements this weekend on both indcd.org and socialindcd.org, which that's where I need to live, I think. Might be some wood burning done depending on time for the weekend. Wonderful. Just as a reminder, if you want to easily promote your various works, be sure to direct people to your indcd.org page. The links to all your works or links directly to your sites are listed there. If you want a shorter link for your page, Joe continues, you can set up a bit.ly link for it, or you can reach out to me and I will set it up for you. See you later. Carl says, just checking in to post and won't be in chat today. Errands must be done. And morning all, morning Nick. Good morning, Jody McVie. Let's see. And I ran Joe's ad. I hope you're doing well. If you're still around, cool. Hello, good morning. Got to prep for an appointment today, but wanted to check in. It is much appreciated, Dawn, and I hope you're doing well. Morning, folks. Sorry I'm late. Honestly, you're right on time, Rich. We can use your company. Accountability. Page 42 is done, says Jody. I will render it later today after 9 to 5 is done. Still debating if I'm going to do an intro for CBS or wait on BKM. Oh, as the host? Well, you know what? There's nothing wrong with setting up an intro for you when you're hosting and setting up an intro for Brian when he's hosting, and then you just run the right intro for the right host. I think that's a great option. Good morning, Blue Teddy. So yes, that's I think that's a good workaround. But ask Brian. That when in doubt, reach out to BKM and say, I have a question. Da 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 da, and get an answer. And Blue Teddy is here. Good morning. Now I am excited because one thing I believe in is if you want to gain wisdom, work with people older than yourself. Okay? Associate with people older than yourself. Learn from people older than yourself. If you want energy and motivation and additional perspectives, work with teens and children. Because I think many times they have because our experiences are limited, they have a drive and a passion and a curiosity that is both very good for the soul and very creative, very contagious. Being around young people keeps you young, and being around the older people keeps you wise. If only being around thin people worked like that. But I'm working on that too. I just found out that I had my efforts slightly overstrained my system, and I have to go to a gentler approach for a while, and that's okay. This isn't it didn't happen today. It won't go away today, but it's a journey. Blue Teddy, how's your comic going? Smoke and Mirrors? You and Doc Crow having a good time? Also, how are the games going? Now, I have a short game that I just need to finish tweaking and formatting, and I'm going to probably throw some art into it and get that out. Being around young people is exhausting, Shakes Kane. Get off my lawn. Being around young people is encouraging. Shakes Kane, come on down, have a burger. Ha! So I may have some neat stuff to talk about, and I'm trying to figure out what I can talk about and what I can't yet. But I'm just hitting that arc where I'm going to be doing a lot of outdoor stuff, and I'm going to be doing a lot of build-up, and I'm excited. I'm excited, and I'm motivated, and that's what we need in this life, guys. We got to stay excited. We got to stay driven toward the dream. And lately, I had some pretty hefty discouragement hit because of the way some things have worked out. And I can't remember what the it's not fallacy. It's where when you put good money after bad, you keep trying to reinvest into something. And some stuff I had tried just won't work. So that means I'm going to do the stuff that does work, and I'm going to double and triple down on that, and just kind of, as somebody I know says, I'm going to bet on me. So I'm going to be doing a lot of new stuff real quick. It's exciting, and it's just about getting all over this arc of I'm healthy enough to deal with the problems that I couldn't deal with for several years, so I'm backlogged. But as I'm dealing with these problems, I'm feeling better. And I think there are a lot of things in our lives that we realize can be made better, but maybe we don't have the energy, or, we're tired, and it builds up. But you get a chance to fix it and you start feeling good. So that's what I'm working towards. I want to start feeling good again. Blue Teddy's got an announcement. We finished the last issue of the web strip. That's what's in the works. As for tabletop games, going strong. And we'll be playing episode 51 on Saturday. Wonderful. Always bet in Tockert, not on black. Got it. Whew. Now, bet on yourselves. I mean, if you want to bet on me, by all means. I have books, I have games, I have things out there that you can put a small amount of money towards that will help. But yeah, bet on yourself. Sometimes you have to. You have to step back and go, there are people you help in life and there are people you enable in life. And sometimes all you're enabling is them to mistreat you. And I had occasionally have that because I tend to be a giver. I tend to be the person who gives till it hurts, then gives till I'm bleeding. Then I'm like, I'm dying over here. And then I get mad about it. And it makes more sense to just stop that stupid cycle. So, things are recalibrating. I also want to put a shout out. I don't know if Nita Lanning is watching this in the background. Sometimes she lurks. But thank you, Nita Lanning. Nita was there with some words of encouragement that I needed. And it's appreciated. I appreciate my friends. And wow, apparently saying that made me drop 2 viewers. That's okay. Just like and share before you go. With that, we have a big weekend coming up, and I suspect that's why our attendance is a little low today. That is fine. I'm okay with that because that means you guys are out doing stuff, and I want you to do stuff. I want to be here to support, obviously, but this program is a lot like a lot of the efforts I do. Like if I walked in and I found all the teens were running their own games and having a blast doing it, I wouldn't interrupt. I'd smile, pick my hat up, and walk back out the door. One of the greatest moments I ever had in my career of teaching people was at my buddy Steve's house. I went to the bathroom and I came back out. I mean, we had been holding practice there. And this, oh, I'm sorry. I just opened the door and I looked, and all the people who had specialties, who had come to the group from different things, were giving lectures and little clusters of demos all over the place. And I looked, and everyone was being safe. Everyone was being smart about it. People were teaching what they knew, not from a place of ego, but from a place of actual experience. And new people were learning, and everybody was improving. And I did not know it then, but that was one of the best moments I've ever had as an instructor, because I work towards being, if I do my job right, I am mostly obsolete. I become obsolete. If I help people level up beyond me, they're on a trajectory higher than me. They don't need my services anymore. And just like there's some people who are in a place where I can't anymore, I have some other friends who are skyrocketing. And because they're skyrocketing, because they're leveling up so hard, not only is it easy for them to forget about me, it might be necessary. Because I don't want to be a burden. And I love seeing the light going somewhere in the background. I was involved with that. Cool. And then I walk away because it's like being an elementary school teacher, you know? I don't think there's anything cooler for an elementary school teacher than seeing the kids they taught, graduate and level up in life. For me, as a long-term sub, I was in so many classrooms doing so many things. And I have a few students that were favorites of mine. I'm biased. And it's like Sterling, my boy Sterling. He's got a beautiful family. He was a geeky guy sitting with the other kind of quasi art geeks. Well, the art geeks off to the side. I don't know what people refer to that group as. I didn't know when I was in it, but you end off by the art folks. And now he's working towards getting his own brick and mortar tattoo shop so that he can do things how he wants, separate. He has a family, a beautiful. He should marry her. Sterling, if you're watching this, please put a ring on that girl. She's amazing. But and I think I see him, I go, I know some other success stories, but to see that and to have seen them when they were young, go, hey, they're there. That's cool. Yesterday, I had a chance to be there for someone who was and is in a place very similar for very different reasons to a place I was once in. And there are a few better missions in life for me than to become the kind of person I wish I had known. And I'm so proud of them for the fight that they're doing. So that was cool. And that is probably the most important part of my accountability this gap, this episode. Because when you help somebody remember, and at the same time you remember, it does get better. It does. There's a little bit more light in the world. And that's what we're about. Now, we got some comments. It says, holiday weekend. Oh, and I'm working. Well, money has to be made. Yes, it does. Hey, y'all. It's a holiday weekend. Yes, Memorial Day. So a lot of people have a 3-day weekend coming up. And yeah, see, confirmation from the desk. And Grey Wolf says, hi, y'all. Hey, Grey Wolf, been a while since we saw you. What have you been up to, bud? And hiya, Grey Wolf. And everybody's greeting. We're doing good. Looks like a good time for me to run an ad. So I'm going to run an ad. What do we have? Yes, my phone's going nuts. Oh, I didn't run Joe Bachman's ad because I was running Joe Dean Fee's ad. So I will run Joe Bachman's ad when I find where I've placed it. Where is it? There it is. Boom.
Hi, I'm Joe Bachman with Behind the Code, Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch on the Independent Creator Directory pages. On this show, you'll be able to watch me go through and update the Independent Creator Directory website with new features or new members depending on what we have going on that week. Again, that's Monday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch on the Independent Creator Directory page. Joe Bachman again with The Burning is Love on Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time, also on the Independent Creator Directory Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch pages. To find out more about the Independent Creator Directory, visit indiecd.org to find other great authors, artists, game designers, and live streamers. On this stream, you'll get to watch me go through and do various word burning projects that I put on theburningislove.com. I look forward to seeing you guys there and hope you have a great day.
You too, Joe. Joe's an incredible creator. He's an incredible person and one of the best people I've ever had the I'm a professional broadcaster. Behold my glory. Joe is one of the best men and best creators I've ever had the privilege of knowing. And yeah, what he's doing is just great. I love that he expresses himself artistically. I love that he expresses himself digitally through all the work, and that he supports such a great community as IndieCD.org people. I will be spending much more time over there. Blue Teddy continues with, it's a funny side effect of being self-employed is that I never know when it's a holiday anymore. Ironically, since calendars went digital, we use them less. You know what I'm saying? Like, even we can easily know what day today is, but very few times do we just look at the calendar and go, oh, all this is going on. I'm sorry, I just saw something there. It's a wonderful chance, though, to spend time with your family, contemplate some slightly somber things, remember the reason for Memorial Day, and I'm not gonna lie, I love a good grill. I love grilling, and I'm going to probably be grilling in the near future. Okay, that's what that was. Sorry. It's funny. The hardest riddle of J.R.R. Tolkien's career, What's in Its Pockets, is a game I get to play quite frequently. Because many times I have things in my pockets that I'm not quite sure how they got there. Most of the time it's something stupid like, in this case, an oatmeal wrapper, because I didn't have access to the garbage can while I was making my oatmeal. So it just floats around. But anyway, we have a lot, guys, a lot going on. And as creators, we get disconnected from the world sometimes, especially when you're doing the hustle. Like my man Grant's living the dream. And Grant, hello, kids. What's up? What's up, Grant? While we're creating and stuff and we're focusing, we lose track of, their holidays, their stuff. Be careful not to go too far, guys. That's a rabbit hole that can disconnect you from the life you're building for yourselves. Hey, I want everybody to know, yes, that my show will be pre-recorded on Monday because the guest is Mike Jimmy, who's from the Netherlands. And it is a real privilege. Mike Jimmy is absolutely one of the nicest guys on the planet, and he is a privilege to work with. And it just works out because it's also a holiday. Yes. And see, it's easier in one aspect to stay connected when you have a family than if you're a single person driving on, because it's for the challenge is balancing family time with work time, even your own work. But the trick is never getting too disconnected from the world, because we are part of it, whether we like it or not. And happy Friday, Cindy Koepp. It is always good to see Cindy, and since I know she's always good for a whole lot of commentary, and before you do your link things, tell us how you're doing. I want to make sure you're doing okay, Cindy, because I haven't really gotten to hear from you. You've been very busy lately. So while we're waiting for Cindy to write that up, I'm going to run her commercial. Hi, Cindy. How are you doing? And let's see what the comments are, because folks, you need to support Cindy Koepp. She made my manatee. She's made a whole bunch of wonderful things. An incredible author, an incredible world builder, and it's a privilege to know folks who can build things like that. Let's see. And we've got this, and she says, you really need to go get some fun books about safety, learning how to damage others. Yeah, folks, she's promoting my books, and it's so kind of her. I'm out there trying to sell stuff to the masses. And Teddy says, "May I'll be part of the world in my 30s." That's not a terrible thing. In your 20s should be a very exploratory, liberating time. And enjoy it. Enjoy the youth. But no, enjoy it, seriously. I'm okay. I'm a little less postical today. There was a fire drill yesterday at work. They're supposed to warn me first so I can clear the area. It didn't happen. Oh my. Cindy's going all postal. I got out of the building okay, but my team and the other team had reports that my manager were mostly remote yesterday. The ones in the office had to walk past me to get out, and not one person. I'm sorry, Cindy. Everything I can extrapolate from the ... I'm sorry that had to happen. Stopped to see if I needed help. Fortunately, I prepped to be able to escape with no help. I knew the Count's first steps down the stairs. Okay, I hate to say this, but it is horrible that they didn't do your combinations, and it is shameful on them that no one offered to help, because that is frankly revolting. But I am also very proud and impressed that you are able to facilitate getting out on your own, and that you know that you are able to do it without the assistance that you should have had. That should be an item of pride for you. Shame for them, but pride for you. No major seizures happened. My twitch and jitter rate increased, and I got a headache, but not nearly as bad as it could have been. Yeah. I do need to establish the counts from my desk to the stairs and from the stairs to the door. I'm assuming that's so that you can walk with your eyes closed to not be affected by the flashing lights. And words need to be had with your manager, because you should have had somebody there. It's wearing a hat, used it as a visual block, and the blue glasses helped. I'm so glad you're okay, because that could have been tragic in so many ways, Cindy. You do what you need to do, and you take it as easy as you need to. You have helped so many people and promoted so much for so long. There is no one in the sphere who should dare speak ill of any hesitance you have, or any time you need to take an easy event. We are literally here to be of service. That's what we're about. We're about making things better and helping each other. So if there's anything we can do, if venting helps, cool. Maybe you can talk to your manager and arrange a trusted coworker to be your assistant on the way out. Right, I usually keep my eyes mostly closed to reduce the effect of the flashes. That's what I figured. When I had my problems as a kid, I knew I had, if we were driving, it sounds stupid, but driving by where light was coming through the trees, and if we were driving, I knew to close my eyes, because if I didn't, I would have problems. So yeah. Oh, good morning, Luke. That's Luke Stone, head of FMC. That's Fund My Comic. Hybrids is on hiatus now while he's building his crowdfunding empire, which is something it's great to see. I love seeing people prosper and build up and chase their dreams. And I got on Luke's show yesterday, and I got very spicy because I wasn't really happy with something I heard, and we talked about it like reasonable people. And I'm glad that that whole conversation happened. It's good. You have to have conversations. You have to discuss, even when you're hot, about things that trouble you. Oh, wonderful! The RPG is back open. I had to do the announcement that it wasn't available because people were asking. He's talking about Hybrids: The Sons of Gods, the role-playing game, and the full version. So I'm really glad to hear that is back open and going to be available for people's purchases. I knew there's a lot going on, and you can't run everything you're trying to do and juggle everything at once. So that is great news, folks. That is over on. Let me look. I'm sorry, I've got to find where my banners are. That is over. No, Hybrids RPG. Where is Luke Stone Studios? It's over on LukeStoneStudios.com. You can't miss it, or go check his links through Fund My Comic. I'm pretty sure the codes are all expired now, but you can still go to Fund My Comic and get a wonderful collection of comic book creators' works. And it's good to see you. How you doing, Luke? Trying to take advantage of some residual traffic. I just got frustrated with trying to promote it, and people kept changing the subject to FMC. Yeah. And it may, like I said, if you leave it up, especially like the digital tier, it doesn't cost you anything to leave it up, and it should just pull money in as a residual. It may not be much, but it's passive income. And then the big print tier, well, that's the big print tier, and everybody's excited to see that. I can't wait to get my furry hands on that project. Oh, beta 2023 is still good code. Good to hear. And Luke's finishing some more pages. That's excellent. Luke, for a while, had to put off things because of unexpected cost of living changes and the move to repad his coffers. He had to do a whole lot of commission work. So he kind of went AWOL. I'm so sorry about that, Cindy. Thank you, Alec. And it was good seeing you yesterday for the game. And your character, just like the rest of the players, will be done sometime before next month. I'm really looking forward to diving into and working. And there may be some spoilers for planned stuff on the character designs if anybody pays attention, because I do love to slip upgrades to people. And let's see. Yeah, keep up the good work. I did email my boss who was working remote yesterday. She's miffed that they didn't warn us about the alarm. She's trying to figure out what the score is with the floor warden. Okay, so there is a floor warden. I suggested there should be a new Sherpa, but with the currently randomly remote thing, it would be tricky. Well, you know what they need to do? They just need to get you a slide. They just need to get you a window slide that takes you all the way out, and you can go do it. Floor warden is a cool name. Yeah, it's a great for the person who's supposed to sweep the floor before they leave to make sure everybody is out in the case of a fire. It takes a very responsible person, but I think that's it's a good deal. In the meantime, I'll be establishing the counts for my desk and stairs store. I'm going to start keeping my blue glasses on my desk so I don't have to scramble. It might not be bad to get a second pair to figure out how to open my dumb desk half blind with shaky hands. Exactly. Maybe something like a bin that has a hat permanently in it and glasses that you know is just set there off to the side, and you can just grab and go to help you with the problem. But at least you had a rocky and I'm sorry, unpleasant scenario, but you did make it, and that is a great thing to see. So I'm worried about you, and I'm glad it's going better. Seriously, how hard is it to say, hey, if you're walking by X's desk and they need help, to all the folks that funnel past your desk? Exactly, Rich. It shouldn't be. And the fact that there was difficulty and such, it kind of saddens me. But my glasses are expensive. But yes, I'm keeping a hat in my desk. I'll hang it on my cubicle so I don't have to fumble with that out of my desk. Well, see, that's a good start. And okay, your glasses. One, on the off chance it's doable, there is a lovely site called Zenny Optical, and if you get your prescription and your pupillary distance, go check there, because that's where I get my glasses. And I need to order more, but I need to get my eyes examined, and I can't do that until I stabilize on some other medical problems I've been dealing with. So, wow, we're all over the topic today, but yeah, we gotta keep going, and we gotta draw our lines, and you've got to figure out where we're going to be, because it's so easy to get drawn in and lose sight of family time. It's so easy to lose sight of the things we need to prep for our own health and safety. And the fact that we're all able to work together is a great thing. This is what we want, folks. And definitely, Rich, my team at least knows full well that I have a flashing light problem. The other team that reports to my boss might not, but yes, someone might have asked. And that's the thing. Now, mind you, I hate to say it, but because it was a surprise fire drill, people get real mercenary when they think their lives are in danger. And it's cruel, but it's also true. So it takes a lot of discipline to go by the book for something like that. And given that most people aren't working in a field where that is ingrained, it devolves real fast into, take care of me. And oh, okay. Let's see. I found thumb caps in the cube wall paper chain make a great place to hang glasses when I'm not in use. That's where I used to hang my sunglasses. That's a good idea. And Cindy, my glasses are RX too complicated for online, so I have an eye appointment. Be ordering a new updated blue set, and my current pair That's a good use. That's a great use for a pair of glasses that aren't quite as, on par to your prescription. Having the older one there so you can get where you need to go. That's why the next time I do my Zenny order and I get my thing, I will be getting a bunch of glasses because at $7 I can afford to leave them in the car. I used to do this and I've neglected doing it, and I'm thinking I should again because I had an incident where my glasses were lost and damaged. I had a actually life-threatening incident at a SCA event where I nearly died from heat exhaustion. And they tried to stroke me out by trying to submerge my head while I was in a pool. It was a whole thing, but I had to drive home, and it's been many, many, many years since then. But I had to, because my wife can drive now, so it's been that long. But I had to drive without my glasses. I could barely see the road signs, let alone read them. So it was a real challenge. A good idea, Rich. And yeah, no one is obligated to check with me, so that's why I prep doing it for myself. And good morning, Bonzer. Glad to see you, Luke. If you're still in the chat, what are you promoting right now? What are you working on for the folks in the chat? And let folks know, because people want to know. I'm going to probably run an ad real quick because it's been a while, and I have some ads for people I haven't had a chance to run in a while because I've been doing stuff. So I'm going to knock out one of my favorites.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel, but otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art Army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
Let's see. Okay, where are we? Good afternoon. My cube wall has my work golf umbrella, because a body this large does not get covered by a pocket umbrella, a chain for my darker glasses, and a place for my cup. Wonderful. Well, my workspace is currently a disaster, and I'm surrounded by numerous random notes, references, and a staggering amount of weaponry. But organization, folks, that's part of the name of the game. It's something we're working towards, so we're going to get there. Let's see. I remembered what ADHD med I take, and I figured out why I haven't been feeling so good. I haven't been taking it as it isn't with my other meds. Remember, you know what? It's really easy to have that problem. I've had some med errors in the recent past with some of my meds that have to be staggered. It's the best thing. Yeah, get back on it, and it will help. Taking your medicines and taking care of yourself, staying hydrated. And guys, please hydrate. I run the commercials when I do to encourage everyone to at least physically get up and stretch. It also helps me sit for long periods because the paralyzed nerves basically get inflamed if I sit too long anyway. Learn what will work and what doesn't. The RPG for sure. Excellent. And there's going to be a lot of game options coming out in our area. I've spent 3 years talking about folks, telling folks about this RPG. It's going to be great. And with the community that Luke is building, I think it will do very well. And I think that's something that it will be very good to see that and have that come to fruition after all the hard work and dedication and naysayers and things. And just, I can't wait to have that done. And if you want a taste of it, Hybrids of Sons of Gods, you can get the quick play through Luke there. I think the digital is still up. And beyond the RPG, I know Pixel Trader's Merkmaid is out, and it is a very militant parody of The Little Mermaid with excessive violence in the most delightful form. So that's something to keep an eye out too. And other good things are coming out on Fund My Comic. Mythicals is still funding, which is a good comic. There are a lot of good comics. Thus ends my break. Feeling better today. The headache is mostly gone. But is it okay? The headache isn't totally gone, but mostly away. Made Tai Chi challenging last night. I'll be okay, but it was highly educational. And that's what you take out of when things go wrong, folks. Learning and persevering. This still goes, these lessons, I know it's like, what does this have to do with writing? Everything. Because what you learn from will make it better. Let's see. And thus ends my break. Feeling better today. The headache is... Okay, I already did that one. Sorry. Setting up a Ream account. It's a brand new subscription service. Oh, I haven't heard of Ream. We'll have to check that out. It's always good to know the new services when other services get persnickety. Also, Randy Zimmerman's book, The Fool. The Fool should be coming out, and that's a fun, fairly whimsical, I mean, it's Randy, whimsical comic book. There's good stuff coming down the pipe there. In an UGG way. Catch up with y'all later. More links next time. Stay safe from out there and watch out for people weirder than me. Always, Cindy. You just take care of yourself. We can hold our own for a bit. You just get better. I have so many jokes for the Ream account. Hold on. 2 factors, guys. 1, not the green room. And 2, please remember that some of my viewers are minors. So we got to be careful with our spice on this channel. Let's see. Yes, the weaponry. Well, you know, weaponry makes me feel good, and sharpening knives is a great way to soothe the savage soul. It's a very calming, I find it an ASMR experience to just sit and calmly put a razor's edge on a knife, because, you know, these are tools, and you're doing something that actively makes things better. And I do it out of spite, because anybody who's seen me sharpen a knife knows I prefer the soft metal approach, where I love using something like aluminum or soft steel to sharpen a knife. Now, what this fellow is the remains of a set of braces that I had to wear 24/7 when my hands stopped working, when they finally started treating it, and I couldn't. You know, I was typing with grabbed markers, and I actually wore out the gauntlet. But I have this little piece of aluminum it sits right here from one of those old old braces, and I use it to occasionally sharpen things. So it's got kind of a rough edge now. But it serves also to remind me of how far I've come. Because, yes, I still have to sleep in braces up to my arms to keep my hands functioning. And I have to do hand exercises multiple times a day to really keep things loose. Like, you know, the assorted exercises I'm having to pick up for the rest of my body. But I'm not where I was. And it's something that Luke knows what it's like to lose everything. it takes so long to build something up. And you don't even realize it, but there are people always trying to keep you from building. Yeah, that goes into the crab bucket theory you were talking about. And, how not to be a crab. But there are a lot. There are people who will constantly pull you down. And they won't support you when you need it. And they will parasite off of you. They will draw your time and energy and your money and, your influence, whatever. And they'll just use you, man. And it's always sad when you see that. It is always sad when you see these people and they come up and they're so hard on you. And the only thing you can do is you do your job, you do the job, you get paid, you stick with good people, you hold folks accountable for their actions, and you move forward. And you try, you do your best. When you screw up, you apologize. When somebody apologizes, you forgive them and you move forward. That's what we're about. That's the human process, because it's so hard right now. There's so many people doing so much that all we can do is try to keep moving forward. Good morning, Nick. Oh, good morning, Zero. It's glad to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. How's Chrome Dog doing? It's not with my other meds because it's locked up. Thankfully, my mom got to me. That's what it is. Okay, Alec, I understand. Be careful how much you put out online. I have no problem with that being out there, but just be careful because I don't want you are on a public forum. But yeah, you got to get your meds and you got to keep them when you're supposed to take them all the time, and it's annoying. For me, part of the reason I don't do early morning programs, and I usually try to stay off things, is I have to, as soon as I'm awake, take a med, wait an hour, and then I get to take the rest and eat everything. But the rest is my diabetic meds and stuff. So during that hour especially, I am a crunchy monkey. I am not necessarily the nicest person because I'm not necessarily together yet. And then I go. That's part of why the show starts at 10. Reamstories.com, Creator Hub, a whole bunch of gobbledygook, and then public. Cool. So anybody who's using Ream, follow Bonser. And if you're not, check it out, see what it is. Lots of good comics over there. Relentless Tin Soldier, Cat and Mouse, Battle Brick Road. Yeah, I'm all about supporting independent creators. That's why I tell people who are independent for the creators, go to indiecd.org. And Fund My Comic right now has some great stuff. Go support Fund My Comic. Sure. I got the last cover for my next project. Cool. Wait. I'm sorry, Grant. It took me a second to register that. I got the last cover for my next project. Wonderful. Are you allowed to tell us what that project is? And Bonser said, I just had a conversation with one of Ream's founders. Might have him on my podcast on June 7th. Excellent. That might be one for folks to definitely watch. Because one thing I love, what I'm seeing, is people who are responding to, I don't like what's going on, so I'm going to do my own thing. And doing my own thing is, is something I've been about. So when Luke Stone's like, I'm going to fund my comic because I don't like what's going on with Indiegogo and Kickstarter. Cool, go for it. That's what you want to see. I mean, when I had all the problems with the different martial arts, the Western martial arts groups, and I'm like, I just want a place that people can learn safely, preferably for free. I set up the Historical Fencing Guild. Joe Bachman is building indecd.org, which really a lot of the folks who are in Luke's circle might profit from joining indecd.org, because that will give you another place to have your stuff and have a web presence, and it's just a good idea. Let's see. Oh, we got a whole lot more comments all of a sudden. Randy is almost funded $50-ish away. Well, I'd love to see Randy get there, because The Fool sounds like a fun comic book from the perspective of somebody who appreciates when things were a little lighter. You're doing 5 variant covers? You're a madman, Grant. But one thing, folks, if you aren't reading Beowulf, what a great premise. And it is in comic books shops near you. And if it isn't, you could go ask your comic book guy to get it in the shop. So reach out, get that done. Because if anything, there are a lot of people. It's me being a minor. Yeah, I know. And I'm not trying to call you out or bust you out, Alec, in any way, shape, or form. I'm just trying to be there to, this is a safe place. This is a safe for work morning show, and I keep it that way. And unfortunately, that's hard on me sometimes, because this isn't me busting anybody else any harder than I bust myself out. I want to make jokes. I want to use humor. Okay. There is a gentleman weed whacking across the street. And it sounded like, because it's an electric motor, a little wee, wee, wee. I thought somebody was out having dirt bike fun. I'm like, oh, if that was going on, I was going to turn the camera and let you see, or, if the yellow baron was flying over. Let's see. But no, there's no bash. You're welcome here. I was just saying, you want to learn how to do things, how to publish things, how to get stuff out. This is the place, Alec. My next project is called Memoirs of the Morbid, and it's a horror anthology, the same style as Tales from the Crypt or Creep Show. Ooh, I know a lot of people will enjoy that. We need to get that promoted, because that's a great. I love a good scary story. That's what you're talking to me about yesterday. Yeah, I'm protective, Alec. I am protective. And I know. Work meeting later, y'all. Bye, Rich. You have a good one. I know I'm running a bit late. Just put one foot in the other, and soon you'll be walking across the floor. I'm sorry. Anytime floor is extended, I go to Drowning Pool's Bodies. I am that guy unapologetically. So I know this probably isn't relatable to most people in chat now, but I was doing makeup and forgot the primer, so now I have to decide if I want to retail or deal with the creasing. There are, let me see. Well, Joe's not in chat, but he was a clown, so Joe knows makeup. The whole. We've all forgotten to put primer on something as artists, and makeup is art, so don't feel bad about it. Blue, don't feel bad about it at all. It's got to be a challenge. And see, now I just see the little blue, because for me, you will always be like a mental version of your little blue bear. Like I did fan art of Blue Teddy a while back. As a way, totally not using it as an excuse for the thumbnail for when she was on, but it's annoying to make that kind of thing. And actually, I don't know about the creasing, but I didn't have primer, and I was experimenting with some glow in the dark paint on the stairs, so I kind of get it. Whoa, we got a lot of comic done. Chrome Dog is doing just fine. Can't wait to share some new art, and I really can't wait to cut a new trailer showing off the mob boss known as Bad Clown. Groovy. Actually, I received the latest version of Wrench in the Machine. It looks so much better than it used to be. Wonderful. See, I'm loving this progress. That's why I'm sticking around. I feel you, Blue. Dang, Grant, doing 5 variants. Next month, we'll be lowering the platform fee to $2 for a whole month. Wonderful, Luke. Luke, there are 5 stories in this anthology, and I don't want to play favorites. I get that. Hail, Radio Retro Future, and just trying to help creators make it the difference with this tough economy. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, if you're doing a 5-story anthology and you can't combine it into a single awesome splash image, although like the 5 radiant lines breaking up the cover and an image of each one in the different styles could be great, because now I remember the anthology you're talking about, because I got to see some of the art for it, and oh my gosh, yes, that's going to be great. Nick, let me know if I can send you. Okay, Grant, I will tell you like I tell everybody else who wants to send me a trailer. I will send you a. Let me pull out a note. No, I don't. 1 second. There we go. Grant link. I think you have the link for the Google folder where I keep all the ads. Now I do this in part so that if my computer ever crashes, I can access the ads. In part because once it goes up on StreamYard, I can't get the files back down. I can only delete them. And in part because by having a folder that the people who send the links in, most of you guys have shows, I encourage you to copy out of that folder and run ads for each other. But yeah, you throw it up in the link. Keep it between 30 seconds and a minute if at all possible. The shorter ads are easier for me to run because I can get more through. FYE. Wow, apparently I have a mall crawl in my mind. FYI, Brian K. Morris is editing Memoirs of the Morbid, and my wife Angie has a story in it, her first published work. There is so much awesome in that sentence. I'm glad that I stammered and revisited it. And we've got greetings. And we've got, yes, I was hoping you would share this link. If you want a free 10-page preview. Oh, my voice is starting to cut out. 1 second. I sound like Luke for a second there. There's a free PDF preview Ashcan download. First 10 pages of Chrome Dog. It is really neat because I will tell you, some people got confused. Chrome Dog works as a mascot in a sort of not Disneyland. So as a guy who's done mascot work, there's some professional respect. You know what I'm saying? But so there was some confusion. People asked me about the art. You're going to see a lot of the mascot head on the character during a fight, which is both delightful and hilarious. But I don't want you guys getting confused on the art quality because it's really good. And there's some amazing stuff that's in there. Seether is one of my favorite villains in a long time just because it's a really great design. And I'm proud to say I was one of the first people to do a fan art of it. But with that, I'm going to run an ad because I'm running late and I do have some plans today. But I will run an ad. short. Let me see. Where's a short ad for somebody I haven't run in a while? Because I try to rotate my ads a bit. Let's see. Those 2-minute ads, they just take a chunk, guys. There we go. We'll run Life on Quora. It's a great ad. Now, as a reminder, folks, Mike Jimmy will be appearing on a pre-recorded episode of Drawing with Grant. Also, he has a program hung on animation that as he basically is live streaming the process of animating the pilot episode that is referenced in this, which will feature the voices of Daphne Lage, Nita Lanning, and yours truly as a character only I could be typecast to play. So I'm looking forward to that as well. That's just what I love, when I can cross-promote people doing things for each other. Probe Dog Perfect Strangers is like Luke Cage and Ninja Turtles meet Ghost in the Shell. That is a heck of a thing to lump, but I can see exactly how it got there. By the way, only 12 subscribers away from 5,000 subs. Please subscribe at Radio Retrofuture. Thank you. And while you're here, please like, share, and subscribe to this video as well. And for this channel, I have a lot coming. Life on Quora Volume 1, 150 plus page volume. Life on Quora, all ages story. Life on Quora universe. Kickstarter.com projects, fairies and ends. Life on Quora Volume 1. That is just, it's such a great project. And what I love is it's all ages without ever feeling kiddie. One thing I'm hung up on when we get into comics is I want more all ages stuff, because there just isn't enough well written quality content. Wholesome would be nice, because I would love to see more, I'd almost say Ghibli-esque work where there's a deep story, the quality art, and anyone can enjoy it. That's what Disney used to be back in the day. That's what Ghibli basically has been from the get-go. So we know it can be done. It just takes passion. And yes, I am putting Mike Jimmy in some pretty powerful company. But it is done so because I have seen him and he's earned it. So really look into that. That's one I will never feel bad about promoting. Before I close out, and I hate doing this, but I have no choice but to remind you guys, and this isn't just me, this is almost all Amazon affiliates, anybody who's selling through Amazon. Printing costs will change June 20th, which means all the prices will be going up. It may not be a lot. It may only be 50 cents. It may be a couple bucks. But I am holding off pushing essentially the big red button to raise my rates. So if you want any of my books that are out, get them now, because it will cost you more to get some later. I'm trying also to hold off so that I can do a major author copy order for convention seasons and save myself the discount too, because all those costs will definitely be raised on the author side as well. It's kind of scary, and I hate doing it because I do keep all my prices literally as low as I dare. I usually only make $1 or so on most of my books. A couple I don't even make anything on. That it's nominal, and I do it because I want to get the message out there. So I will be hitting the button, and when I hit the button, my prices will go up to probably something weird looking, because it will be moving the difference that they're adding on. So we're going to deal with that for a while, and the prices will be weird looking because I'm going to try to keep it as cheap as humanly possible. And I apologize for the cost, but it's not on my end, it's on theirs. So I'm trying, and this isn't me being greedy or trying to get money. Well, I mean, money's nice, but this is me trying to get books in people's hands. Let's see. Blue Teddy says, gotta get going for the day, but thanks for the stream, Nick. Have a lovely day. Have a lovely day, Blue Teddy. And, maybe I can get you on at least as chatty co-host on Art Time with Nick again, because I have to do a bunch of art in the near future. So, because that 9 or technically 10 character commission project for the library is going to be a beast. But I love the reason I'm doing it, and I am a mild sucker, so we're gonna just make that work. And with that, I need to get on to some stuff because I have things I need to do and verify for today. So I will call it. Guys, thank you. I'm going to run one quick ad for an old friend who's on Twitch. Her YouTube channel's a little slow in release, but her Twitch stuff is very wholesome and a lot of fun if you're watching it. For the chill gameplay things. So I'm going to run her ad, and then I'm going to wrap up the show.
Hi, bunnies. This is Robin Yoda, just wanting to let you know I have a Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/Robin Yoda. You can catch me there Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific playing Stardew Valley, Saturdays at 2 p.m. playing The Sims 4, and Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific playing a random game from my Game Pass library. You can also find me Mondays on my YouTube channel, Robin Yoda the Lilac Bunny. I hope to see you all there. Thanks for watching.
Yep, folks, she's just putting out quality stuff, and she's an old friend, so I tried to, do a favor for somebody I used to know. Other than that, guys, keep creating, keep making what you're making, and keep editing it, because you can always edit and improve, but you can't edit a blank page. I'll see you actually tonight at 8 p.m. over on the Historical Fencing Guild, where we're going to talk about progress, weaponry. There may be a preview. We'll see. And some other really neat stuff. I have plans. So I will see you all very soon. It's, only a few hours. Stay safe. I love you. Toodles.